America is more than twice as likely to have been born to a single-parent household than that of a white child, according to ncee.org. Affirmative action has been proven to help minorities be on more of an even playing field when it comes to college admissions. I have conducted extensive research over the past 20 years in regards to the racial disparities in the United States and the root causes of this problem. Affirmative action is a critical component to bridging the financial gap between Black and Hispanic Americans and white and Asian Americans. I will now explain the way poverty affects the primary education a child receives, the systemic racism in the United States that has minorities living at a poverty rate of double that of their white counterparts, and the way affirmative action can help to solve this problem. First, we will identify the problem. Black and Hispanic students in the United States attend universities at a much lower rate than white and Asian students. Black student enrollment disparity exists in 45 of the 50 flagship state universities, and that is according to AmericanProgress.org. A flagship state university is the top public college in the state. So, for example, in Mississippi, 50% of the children who graduate from high school are Black, yet only 12.9% of the graduates from the University of Mississippi are Black, and that's according to AmericanProgress.org as well. As we can see here, this is a huge disparity. If 50% of the graduating classes from the high schools are Black, we should see that reflected in the university graduation rate as well. Students of color experience a 23-point decline in admissions in highly selective public colleges after an affirmative action ban. This problem occurs due to the systemic racism that has existed in the United States for hundreds of years. I will now show you the root cause of why minorities have a tendency to underperform their white counterparts in standardized tests and in other things needed to get admitted into college. Black and Hispanic children in the United States live in a poverty rate that is double that of white and Asian students, and that is according to the U.S. Census. In 2022, the national poverty rate was 11.5%. The poverty rate for Black children was over 22%, and this was actually an all-time low for the poverty rate for Black children, yet still, it is double that of the national poverty rate. Research shows that being born into a single-parent household, you are much more likely to grow up in poverty. 70% of Black children, 50% of Hispanic children, and only 30% of white children are born to unmarried parents, and that's according to ncee.org. Children who live in poverty are much more likely to attend under-resourced schools in their primary education. They're going to live in unsafe neighborhoods and become involved in the welfare or criminal justice systems at a much higher rate. As a result of the disproportional rate at which minorities, and specifically Black children, live in poverty, there is a need to level the playing field when it comes to the opportunity to be able to attend a university. One of the proven ways to level this playing field is affirmative action, and I will show you that next. Affirmative action is a proven method to help bridge the gap in college admissions between underserved minorities and their white counterparts. According to Harvard.edu, affirmative action was started in the 1960s to help bridge the gap of the racial inequalities and racial exclusions in the United States. Affirmative action acts as an engine for social and economic mobility in an upward direction for its direct beneficiaries. California banned affirmative action in the 1990s, and we saw the direct result of that was the University of California, Berkeley had a 6% graduation rate of Black students, and then it dropped to 3%. So you could directly see how taking affirmative action away, there was 6% of the graduating class being Black, went down to 3%, just like that. In summary, America has had a large gap in economic status depending on race for hundreds of years. A child raised in poverty is much more likely to experience an under-resourced primary education, which in turn will make them less prepared for things like SATs or any other testing that is required in college admissions. They also may be underserved in their school to have the proper guidance of everything that they would need to do for college admissions. Putting affirmative action in place levels that playing field so that these children can still have a chance to attend universities at the same rate of their white and Asian counterparts. Affirmative action is a proven way to make less minorities be not accepted in a university. And the more that are accepted in a university and graduate from university, the more we can bring together this gap that exists in the United States between minorities and white and Asian students, so that once you graduate from university, you have a much higher chance in your future endeavors of being successful. Affirmative action has been proven to help not only the direct beneficiaries, but also all the students in the universities who implement this policy. When other students are around minorities and not just students that look and are exactly like them, it helps them in the future to be better civil leaders and also to take a bigger stand in politics. Affirmative action should remain in the college admission process. Thank you.